The weekend is over. You are back checking out the news again. I'm Joel D in the place to be, and thank you for being here with us on YouTube. Remember to like and subscribe, set those notifications. As soon as we are on, boom, you will know. And today we're getting going on a Monday. It is December 16th. Here is our list of items today. Help equals arrest. That's in Harrisburg. A shooting at a Harrisburg federal building. Mangione gets a new lawyer. Don't worry about my chicken scratch there. It means nothing. Backpack threats. We'll get into that when it comes to Luigi Mangione. And the weather is going to go up and then way down. We will talk to Ed Russo about that. I'm actually going to switch this around a little bit. We're going to start this shooting at a Harrisburg federal building today. You're seeing some of the action out here right now. This is something that Elise Person has been checking out. She'll give us a live report coming up at 5 and 5:30. But shots fired around 9 a.m. we hear. And the details about why they were fired, we know some things. We have questions about others. Elise, fill us in.
Yeah, so I mean, the latest information that just came out, we heard from the U.S. Marshal Service that this all went down. I mean, and this update came down, might I add, minutes ago, within the last 10 minutes, that this all happened around 8:30 this morning. A man walked into the federal courthouse right off of 6th Street here in Harrisburg with a knife, attempting to attack a security guard. That security guard then shot back multiple times. What we do know now is that man who walked into the courthouse with a knife is in stable condition. He was taken to a Harrisburg hospital with his injuries. Throughout the day, though, I've been here all day. The FBI as well as Homeland Security has been here, and they're still here since 8:30 this morning.
That's pretty brazen. We've been in these places before. As soon as you walk in, that is where security is. You don't have to look very far to find them. Is from what you've found out, is it pretty much the first person they encountered?
From what we know so far, again, the details are limited, but I want to note there is, when we came up, there's what appeared to be a gunshot, right through the glass window. So actually, interestingly enough, a, glass service was just here. We saw them working on the window. So they were fixing that up. And I want to add as well, this courthouse has only been open for a couple months here in Harrisburg. And the reason that they built this courthouse was for security purposes. At the old courthouse, the judges and the prisoners, they were actually using the same elevator. So just interestingly enough that, this courthouse opened within the last couple of months for security purposes. And, here we are with Homeland Security and the FBI investigating a shooting.
Give us the location one more time. Where exactly are you?
We are off of 6th Street in Harrisburg, right across the street from Bethesda Mission.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get back to it. Thanks for that update. Just in the last few seconds, giving us some more information on that shooting at the federal building there in downtown Harrisburg. Elise, we'll see you later. Thanks. On to this. Help equals arrest. So you call police, you want some help, but when they're there, they see other things, and sometimes things go in a different direction you expect. This has been going on for months. We have TJ Anthony working on this story right now. Something that you're familiar with, but today we got some more information on where things stand in terms of trying to find some justice here, if justice is even needed to be found. So take me through what brought us into today.
Yeah, so basically what brought us in today, was body cam footage, and we exclusively obtained this footage. You're taking a look at it right now. A mom and her daughter, they called 911 for help when an unwanted house guest came to pick up their belongings, but then the situation ended up escalating. The daughter, she spat at that house guest after seeing him, enter in the home. She was not excited about that. And they just feel as though, police should have really done a better job at everything. And so they actually heard from the public defender this month in December. And the public defender said that the judge wanted to dismiss the charges. They were looking forward to possibly going to having a jury trial and hearing what, jury would think about all of this. But it looks like they may not even have to go that far. But still, the family says it is not over just yet. They do want to possibly have a civil case against Harrisburg police for what happened, because, they just feel as though the whole situation was just handled wrong.
Okay, let me take you back a little bit then.
Mm-hmm.
You say charges. So they're there for a disturbance. The police come there to see what the disturbance is because they've been called out. Were any charges filed in that initial disturbance? This person not wanting to leave or causing trouble or anything that they may have been doing incorrectly?
Yeah, so what you're looking at right now, this is the first day. This was actually a 2-day event. So that's the unwanted house guest right there. And so in this disturbance, and it's specifically in the body cam footage, you can actually hear the officer asking the man if he can possibly get in a window or get in a door. And then the man says, I don't want to cause any harm. I don't want to really break in because, I'm not on the lease. This is not my house.
Okay. So what happened from here now that we're watching this piece of information that you have, which I guess is evidence too?
Yeah, so this is the beginning. This is the first day. The officer just came to the scene, and you just saw the mom in the case, and that is the unwanted house guest. So he's trying to come in, get his stuff, and that's what's going on there.
What are they claiming the police did wrong then? Make that a little more clear for me.
So basically, they feel like the police wrongly charged the daughter. They feel like the daughter should not have had charges, and they feel as though possibly the unwanted house guest should have been charged.
What was she charged with then again?
Disorderly conduct.
I see. With the way that she was dealing with them, or the way that she was dealing with the other person, or maybe it was a combination?
She spat on someone, and
I see.
That's when they arrested her.
I see. Okay, gotcha. And so it's been dismissed, or it looks like it's going to get dismissed, but they might not be done with it yet.
Yeah, they just have to pay court fees, and so they are going to pay that gradually. So once they finish paying off the court fees, then it looks like the charges will be dropped.
Okay. All right, we'll get more into the details of this. I want to hear from these people, and you've been talking with them today, so that'll be good. We'll see you at 5 and 6 o'clock for that as well. Thanks a lot, TJ. All right, folks, we're moving on here. Next one we want to get to right here is the latest Mangione update. There's a new lawyer in play here. Now, as we speak, Luigi Mangione, the person accused of killing that CEO for United Healthcare in New York, you're watching here where he went to court in Pennsylvania. But the situation with him is they're looking for extradition still back to New York. He is still in Pennsylvania at this point, and we're getting word about a new defender, a public defender. He's not a public defender anymore. A new lawyer that's been hired by the 26-year-old. He'll be represented by Karen Friedman Agnifilo. That's the former Manhattan assistant DA as well. So a little more high profile here. They're not commenting on the cases at this time, but it's a high profile case. You get high profile lawyers to get involved sometimes. Looks like that's what's going to be happening here. So he was arrested at that McDonald's, Altoona area. They've have a lot of evidence, including an actual manifesto of sorts that was written by Mangione, where he claims responsibility for all this. A lot of back and forth when it comes to the legal fight here, and when it comes to the bail hearing, you're looking at some of the information on our CBS 21 right now. The next piece of this would be possibly going back to New York, where at last check, I found out that he could be facing first-degree murder charges in New York City. Now, in New York City, you hear first degree, second degree. You may sound like first degree happens a lot. It actually does not. It's a higher threshold of what you have to prove, but it's also higher penalties if you can prove that. So it's sometimes reserved for high profile deaths, maybe even murders of police officers, but this one is high profile. There seems to be a lot of evidence. And the word I'm hearing from the Associated Press and others is that this could be a first degree murder trial once it gets back to New York. And at this point, the timeline looks like it could be by the end of the week where that extradition gets played out and he goes back to New York. But once again, I wanted to tell you that there's some new representation for Luigi Mangione today. This is interesting. So the company now facing some backlash, the company that had that backpack, a somewhat infamous backpack now that Luigi Mangione, the alleged shooter, had right there. So the name of the group, I believe, is Peak. And they now are saying that they've had some online threats come their way because of their seemingly cooperation with the police. So apparently the CEO did reach out to police initially saying, if we have any information, we can help you out with who this person may be, whatever, we'll let you know. But then after a lot of backlash, now the company says that it is keeping, with the guidelines of privacy, and they are not going to just give away information. So there's mixed messages happening there. And, right now, this is such a hot button issue that people are willing to talk about this and reach out and target. But you got to be careful. Remember, when you target people and you say violence is coming your way or you're next, you can be held accountable for those threats. We heard about some of that last week coming as well. So, yeah, free speech is free, but the consequences not always free of consequences. So just going to put that out there. Yeah, your opinion is definitely yours, but be careful when it turns into threats. All right. I want to get to this. This is the last piece on my agenda today. The weather going up, going down, all within a few days. Tomorrow is going to be really, really warm. And then we're going to get kind of used to that and go, oh, look at this. It's going to be a mild winter. And then, boom, you're going to be hit over the head with some big-time drops. And here to show us the numbers and tell us about it, meteorologist Ed Russo. Hope you had a good weekend there, Ed.
I did. I worked, but yeah, it was nice. So yeah, we're looking at that kind of that up and down that you were talking about. It's really going to feel like weather whiplash by the end of the week because, you know, it's the coldest air of the season that's moving in by the end of the week. But mild tomorrow, temperatures in the mid-50s. We get some rain tonight. We're going to get some rain on Wednesday. But that is the Clipper system by the end of the week that you see right there. That's going to move through Thursday night through the Friday time frame, and in the wake of it, some super cold stuff. We might get a little light snow out of it, perhaps some snow showers, maybe even a couple snow squalls moving through central PA. But the big story with this is going to be the bitter cold behind it. We're talking about highs, I think, in the 20s on Sunday. So this
it was cold over the weekend. What was the temperature over the weekend? If people noticed how cold it was.
Temperature over the weekend, we were in the 30s.
Yeah.
You know, we were in the 30s. This is going to come with not only temperatures below 30, but also winds. That's going to make it feel even colder. We could see some wind chills easily in the teens during the day, especially on Sunday.
All right, I want a definition. You started with Clipper system. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, so Clipper system, it clips you. It's very fast moving.
Okay.
It doesn't drop a lot of moisture. It brings in a lot of cold, but it's usually quick moving. Doesn't drop a lot of snow. And they're fast moving, but they're really kind of a transition in a weather pattern from the milder stuff to the super cold. So, yeah. And it looks like the cold's going to linger through Christmas. So, you know, it'll feel like the season. And then after Christmas towards New Year's, probably looking at another warm up, but at least it's going to feel like it should as we get through.
Right. But we're going to go up first. And then you're looking in the 50s tomorrow.
Yeah, 54, 56, somewhere around there.
And then we go way down, and I ran out of space, so I would have kept going down further and further.
You gotta add like 6 more arrows.
The lowest. What's the lowest we're gonna hit?
I think we could easily be in the teens. You know, if that Clipper drops 2 inches of snow, which I doubt, but let's say it did, we would be near 0.
All right, but instead we're more likely to be in the teens, like you said.
Yeah. Yep. So
one more time on that Clipper. If we're gonna have any snow come in, what are the days on that?
So that would be late Thursday into Friday, Saturday morning. So it'd really be mostly Friday. I think we would see the best chance for any.
And more of a nuisance. We're not going to necessarily have roads really impacted for long periods of time. Maybe just.
No, I mean, if we get a couple squalls move through here, that would be a very localized thing. That wouldn't be across the general area. Right. But of course, we'll be here to keep you updated on that.
Right. My time's almost up, but I want to show you something. Can you see my watch?
It's a gingerbread.
It says, "Oh snap!" And when it starts singing, I know my time's up. Oh, time must be up. You're done.
That's what you need, though, when the producer's telling you to rap because we're talking too much on the air.
No, it's the watch. Nothing to do with that. We're on YouTube. We can talk forever. It's nothing. All right, my little buddy says it's over. All right, I'll see you on the news, my friend.
Okay, sounds good. See you shortly.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching this. It's a Monday. I know it's tough to get back into the groove of things. Hopefully, this will help you ease into it right here. And you can always watch our YouTube casts. I think we're calling them CBS News Next. If you have something snappier, let us know. But we enjoy doing these for you. And hopefully you can indulge and digest the news in a little bit different way here for you. I'm Joel D. Smith. We will see you on the news later on. Bye-bye.